wanted to walk you through steering column replacement on this 528. So earlier this week, one of my guys dropped a log out of our grapple. It hit that front plate. When it did, it damaged that cover and it bent this tube, which you can see right here. Cracked it, split it open, and it also bent this plate. This line is supposed to be straight. It's got this curve to it. I apologize, I didn't get a video of this during the repair. I was kind of in a rush to get this together, but I'm going to walk you through the order that I did this. So if you guys have to go through this, maybe save you a little bit of a headache. So up here, button pops off. Behind there's a nut and a washer. Steering wheel will slide off. You might have to tap it some. I used a little bit of PB Blaster and just let it sit in there while I was doing a disassembly up front. Came out pretty easy once it had a chance to penetrate. You do have a rubber O-ring up here. You'll have to slide that off when you slide this column out, because there is this kind of keeper here on the end of this shaft that'll bump that out of place. So just make sure you take that out and put it back in at the end. So I pulled the steering wheel, came back here. You have to unplug this clip. If you can see this, but there's a little metal clip in there. You can take a hook or a flathead screwdriver. This wire comes out. It does run through the bracket. I set that aside. These are 15 millimeter. I zip all four of these off. That loosens this up from the bracket. And I found it easier if I took a 13 millimeter and loosened both of these on the bottom and got the bracket completely loose. That allowed me to slip it off the shaft after I had these top four nuts off, and then I could access the second four nuts. The second four nuts are what actually bolt this plate to the pump itself. And then this tube has just got a gear drive in the end of it. The tube slides right out, and you can slide the new one right back in there. If you have a hard time getting to these, there is a small hole in here if your hand's not too big, or you can just pull the floor pan out, which is here. 8 bolts pulls that out, and you can get to that from the inside. And then just make sure you put it back together in the same order that it came out in. And as you can see, the new plate is nice and straight there. Thankfully, we didn't damage the pump. I put this together and done a test on it. Everything works out fine. So we're gonna clean this up, reassemble. If you got questions or comments, hit me up.